Round 5 of the FIM World Motocross Championship, the Love My Time Italian Championship here at Mantova in Italy, got underway. MX2 Race 1, all eyes on Tony Caroli as they came into that first left and then right-hand corner. There was a few fallers, and one of those fallers was indeed the Italian, Tony Caroli. He would have to pick the bike up and come from right at the back. Tommy Searle and Nicholas Aubin, meanwhile, the Englishman and the Frenchman decided to have their own little war, and Eric Eggins, the Dutchman, at home in the sand, was having problems with the bike. Meanwhile, Tyler Rattray, the South African with the red plate, was also having his own share of problems, but he's back in third. Tony Caroli, meanwhile, was charging through the field to the delight of the Italian crowd, trying desperately to get through, but it was Nicholas Aubin that out-jumped the Red Bull KTM rider Tommy Searle, the Brit, to take the lead. Try as he may, Tommy Searle just could not respond, and it was Aubin that took the first MX2 race win here at the Love My Time Italy Grand Prix in Mantova. MX1. It was Mark Daruva that was on pole, number 14, as they swept into that first left-hand corner. And it was Daruva, number 14, that got the drop on the rest as he came out. But meanwhile, other riders were having their own share of problems. Number 25, Campano, and Di Sal there on 1-5. Mark Daruva, however, was doing his best to be a Mark Daruva and did his fair share of falling off the bike. But meanwhile, out front, it was the Frenchman, Sébastien Pourcel, on the GPKR Kawasaki, that was showing the way round to the rest of the riders. Daruva, however, picked himself up, and so did Kendi Dyker on that number 9 Suzuki, but he was having his own fair share of Nero's ups and downs. Meanwhile, Billy McKenzie and Mark Daruva, both on Hondas, were also trying to get past the Suzuki rider. McKenzie got it all wrong as he went through a series of jumps, got spat off the bike. It was rodeo style, but it was the number 90 biker, Seb Pourcel, that came home to take the 25 points. MX2 Race 2 got off the line again, all eyes on 222, the defending world champion, Tony Caroli. This time, however, Caroli decided the best way to win this race would be to disappear out front. Tyler Rattray and young Sean Simpson, number 24, the hero of the Bulgarian Grand Prix. Rattray passed him. It was the time for Tommy Searle to do his bit, knocking Sean Simpson right off the UK KTM bike. Rattray, number 4, still with that red plate, was looking good. But no way could he catch Tony Caroli. The Italian was out front and really on a high. Tommy Searle doing his best to catch his teammate, but it wasn't going to be. It was Caroli in command once again. Tony was doing a Caroli on the rest. The family looked on in anticipation as Tony came round to take the checkered flag. 25 points, race 2, win. Caroli was back on form, and the family were loving it. MX1 race 2 then. Who this time was going to get that all-important hole shot? Would it be Seb Pourcel on that number 90 bike as they came into that first right-hand corner? It was Josh Coppins, the New Zealander, on the number 6 Monster Yamaha that dropped the front of that bike across the rest. But meanwhile, his teammate had decided to get in on the act, and he came through and passed Coppins. But out front, it was number 12, and that was Max Nagel, the German, on the KTM, and they were all trying to catch him. Jonathan Barragan, this time going past Josh Coppins. Then it was the turn of Daruva to go past the race 1 winner, number 90, Seb Pourcel. Coppins was beginning to feel like a dart target. Barragan was there, then Coppins, then Pourcel. Daruva started to make his move, went past the Kiwi and moved up. Daruva, and meanwhile, the race 1 winner was having his own share of problems. Seb Pourcel fell twice, allowing Steve Ramone to go past him. Daruva, on course for the top podium slot, made a mistake, but he was lucky to hang on to it. But the man out front, uncatchable from virtually the first lap, even by this man, number 9, David Philippots, was number 12, German Max Nagel. Daruva would bring it home in third, but would take the top step of the podium, his first one this season.